Rolling. It does say recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope for the best. Take one. Hello, you guys.
Hello, you guys.
And welcome to another episode of The Sip. I'm Ryland Adams, of course, joined by...
Elizabeth Gordon.
And you know what? I need a drink. Mama needs a drink up in here.
Is it really quiet or is it just me?
What?
Before we get too far into this, I feel like we owe our audience an explanation for my face.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go for it.
I have a huge pimple on my face, so I put a pimple patch on it, but you can see it.
Let me see. Wow. You should have sat on it. She thought she was going to cover it in foundation, and I was like, well, there's going to be lights blaring at it.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Like, I'm not trying to keep secrets from anybody. Like, this is a very open environment, and I'm nothing if unfiltered.
Is the pimple patch better than viewing the actual zit? Like, what's less offensive?
Well, the pimple patch is treating the pimple, and I'm not trying to put, like, more shit on it.
So if you're not trying to impress them, who are you, like, who's the pimple patch for? Like, I would feel
it's
like
a treatment. It's a treatment, bitch. I'm not patching it up. I'm treating it.
I've seen cute ones before. It's like a thing right now where girls wear the...
I was thinking about that, but I don't know where to get the cute ones.
We should Amazon it.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Because I would like that too. I don't know. How do you know it's actually helping and not just drying the shit out of your skin and ruining it even worse?
Because I can see the shit that it's sucking out of it.
And do you try... Are you the kind of person that goes in...
Hell no.
You don't? You don't like the...
No.
I like the...
But that's so bad for you. Like, I'm a pale girl, so I get broken capillaries hella easy, and I ain't trying to fuck like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well... But don't you like to know the juice is out? Because the zit keeps
There's
forming.
ways to get the juice out. That's what the pimple patch is for.
I like to know it's out. I wash my hands.
Well, I know it's out with the pimple patch.
I get 2 pieces of tissue paper so I'm not touching the skin around it. I look in the mirror super close and I try to pinch and pray that a different pore doesn't pop because then you have like 2 problems and that's when it becomes a real issue.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll take like super pointy tweezers to it. Also, now that my hand's up, I feel like we also need to tell the audience.
Yuck.
We have disgusting nails. We're sick fucks today.
It's hard to be a new mom.
It is so hard to be a new mom.
And I'm not even like a mom. I'm a dog mom. I know, but Shane keeps saying like, he's like,
I'm a dog.
He keeps saying, this is nothing. You can ask parents out there. Having a puppy is nothing compared to it.
No, we're not comparing. Comparing despair.
Shane and I kind of are because we're about to have a child. So we're like,
right.
How much more difficult will our life be with the child versus the dog? Which I know a lot, but I think the difference for me is when we have a child, I will have prepared to stop working for quite a while. Like I'm going to have a maternity. Sorry. I'm sure we can still do the podcast. I'm sure we can find one day a week to do the podcast. But
I gotta go. Sign into LinkedIn and drop a resume out there.
I do prepare to take time off and have the child be my life until we have a new working schedule. Whereas with the dog, I'm at an all-time busy place in my life doing Shane's podcast, doing this podcast, doing vlogs, and just trying to like maintain my life. That adding another dog has been very challenging because they are little monsters.
Yeah, they're goblins.
In the best way. Like
they're like gremlins.
She melts if you don't know, we got a new puppy. And
where have you been if you don't know?
Posted the vlog where you can go meet Riley yourself. She's a beautiful golden retriever. Lizze's also a new mom. Our animals are about the same age.
They're literally the same age. Riley's actually like 2 days older.
Beautiful.
What's her birthday again?
4/4.
4/7.
Wow. So my baby was born before your baby.
My little icky nasty boy.
Little icky nasty boy, my little Riley monster girl.
I think her name is Riley Finn.
And how, like, the thing is, this has... I guess I'm just not chill. Like, no. I'm a helicopter mom.
I'm a helicopter mom also, but I think I'm like a chill helicopter mom.
Well, I feel like, I guess it just doesn't disrupt your life in the way it disrupts my life.
I think it is my life. Okay. So you can't disrupt what it is. It is what priority. It is. Yeah.
And I want Riley to be too, and she is, but like I still have to find time to work. But now it's just like I try to wear her out. And when she crashes for that hour, I'm like, gotta power work. Yeah. Which is honestly teaching me some things, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, like I'm lucky. Icky will take a nap on me while I write. But if I'm like shooting a vlog or something, he's part of it. He's eating my hair. He's eating my face. The new thing that's pretty fucked up is initially he was just chewing my hair at the ends, and now he's like, no, I gotta go in at the scalp. and rip it out of her head. And it's just like, please don't, man. Like, please don't. It's not what. That hurts mommy really bad. And he's going for nipples.
So is Riley.
You looked at me like a crazy bitch when I told you earlier that Icky was going for nipples.
I don't think I did.
You did. You looked at me like, something's wrong with your dog if he's going for
Oh
nipples.
my gosh.
And then you sit here now.
I am not the mom offender here. That would be you.
What do you mean?
The mommy shamer.
Okay, well, do you want to talk about what was being shamed?
That my dog was outside who has had every vaccination she can to her age, and I just felt shamed by you. That's not what I was shaming you about. Oh, she was in the grass, and you were like, she should be out in the grass.
Yeah, no, I was worried about the grass. There's an outbreak of something in LA that travels via like rat and squirrel piss, so it's all over grass, and it could be bad if you
leopardoptosis or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, and so we did go in and get that one as well because I got really scared because we have a pond.
Yeah,
and the deers go in the pond and pee, and it's like. I can't. Uno's used to swimming. Like Uno swims in our pool in California, and so he sees that lake. And sometimes I can't even micromanage it. He's just in there. But we have gotten the lake tested, and it is safe for the dogs. But I was still scared of that leopardoptosis thing.
Yeah, whatever. I can't even pronounce it. But Bubs is like a gardener, so he's always out in the backyard, like nibbling at his, flowers, keeping them tended. And so we're worried about him too.
And did you get them up on that vaccine?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, Bubs went in yesterday. He had a checkup. His teeth are looking good. We scheduled a cleaning for October. I love him.
You live at the vet.
Dude, I do. But I got a new vet, and my new vet kicks ass, dude. It is so fun going there. There's always like mad dogs there. Bubs got like super recognized. And it's like every time we go to a new place, someone's like, is that Mr. Bubs?
Is
or
Bubs
like,
still as active? I haven't seen him popping up in my feed.
No, he's not active at all. He's in retirement. He's enjoying his retirement.
She's dealing with a puppy. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, it's a longer story, but it's not interesting, and it's short, but it's long.
Wait, so Bubs is actually, did you announce his retirement?
No.
But he is retired.
No, he's not retired. We just don't really post unless we feel like posting.
Okay.
We didn't want to be like dog Instagram people.
It's a commitment.
It's a weird fucking commitment
it's being a show mom in a different way.
Yeah, and like I'm nothing if not a show mom, but like I don't even post on my own Instagram.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, so every time we go somewhere new, someone's always like, is that the Mr. Bubs? Or like when I took him to the dermatologist, she was like, so my vet techs are explaining to me that he's famous. I was like, yeah, kind of. But this was the first time I was like sitting out in the waiting room because he's better with the vet if I wait out because he's not trying to like impress me by being an asshole. Mm-hmm. He's got that negative toxic masculinity thing going. And so one of the vet techs comes out and just sits really close to me and she goes, so a lot of the younger people back there keep saying that he's famous, but I've never heard of him. And I was like, yes, you have.
That's always like a little bit of a weird power play to me because it's like
I think they're trying to not make you uncomfortable,
but it makes you more uncomfortable.
No, I mean, I'm just like, yeah, he's famous.
I guess you're just a little more shameless than me.
Well, he's my boy.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him. In the house, we're always like, Bubs calls the shots because he's got the most clout. You're like, what's it like having a puppy? Does it ruin your life? It's like our lives have been ruined. Like we've been living in this.
I know. It's just like I applaud you because not once since you've gotten your puppy have you been like flustered or acting like you're going to throw your head through the window.
Oh, I mean, last night when he was getting aggressive and ripping my hair out from the scalp, I was like, because Jelly put him in his place. She like threw him on his back and was like, no. And he was like, all right, man. And he like respected her kind of after that point. But then he would like, when he would like harass her, he would just do it nicely, like just like a paw on her butt. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm going to have to throw this bitch on his back right now and bite his throat. So I was like, no. And I put him on his back and I like nuzzled his throat. But he's like, we're playing. I'm going to take him to a trainer.
And that's what I did because I know that I like the puppy stage is so much fun.
Yeah.
As sometimes I'm like, I got to tap out. Shane, you got to tap in.
Yeah.
And I know that I will miss these times. So I'm trying to cherish every moment, everything she puts in her mouth. It's just like, sometimes I feel my eyes fall. And I know like
they're
child is going to
seeking
be.
death. Children and puppies are like, what can kill me and how can I consume it quickly?
Yes.
It's like, what is the world like so bad already? Like, I don't remember my infancy, but like I'm sure I was searching for death.
And I can only imagine when a child starts to walk that it's this times a million.
But I think it's easier, and I know that this is probably going to get me some judgment. It's easier to keep a baby in a cage. Than it is to keep a puppy.
Well, that's the thing. I was just like,
specifically your puppy. You got a very capable. And
golden
ass
retrievers, I think, are known to chew everything, and she is teething. And in the teething stage, nothing for her is off limits. So I'm just like, where are we going this moment? Where are we going right now?
Icky's eating the coffee table you gave us.
I mean, and that's just to be expected.
Yeah,
and that's what I have come to realize. The joy that she brings us is worth all of the like exhaustion.
The destruction.
Yeah.
Does she have the zoomies yet?
Oh, of course.
I love when Icky gets the zoomies. I was concerned the other day though, because he kept just like running face first into like the corners of the walls, and I was like, bro. I had to like check him for injuries afterwards. I was like, you're gonna split in two.
No body awareness for these things.
And he's a tank. He's just like, buff, buff. Like, he just goes right through whatever it is. But he's so small right now that he can fit underneath Joe thought he lost him the other day. He's like, I was dead asleep on the couch, and Joe goes, I lost the puppy. And it's like, he's running down the street. He's falling to his knees, screaming, Icky! Like, Icky had gotten under the ottoman, bit open the zipper, and was inside of it.
Probably felt very safe in there.
Yeah, he loved it. I knew it was in there because that's a hot spot for him. And Joe, I couldn't find
how big is the opening for the bottom of the ottoman?
It's like you can unzip the entire bottom of the...
I know, but how did he even get...
It's crazy. It's like, it's maybe that high, but he's very small. He's a little boy. He's a tiny boy. He's an icky, nasty mean.
My little girl, we have like open kicks under our cabinets, and she really likes... Well, she throws her ball under it, and then she tries to get under it, and I'm like, girl, you're going to get stuck under there. And so... I'm just doing everything I can. And then I know we've been talking a lot about puppies, and if you don't have puppies, you're like, I can't relate. And this is probably
get a
not
puppy.
Great.
Rescue a dog.
No, I have a problem with both you and Shane, who can't. You guys are animal hoarders. Like,
no, we're not.
Legit animal hoarders.
No, we're not.
Cut to Lizzie yesterday texting me, do you think I should adopt this kitten? And I'm like, well, no. But the problem is...
Well, no, I'm like being fucked by like the men at my house, and not in a sexual way. But like James will be like, get a kitten. Like, we need to get a kitten. Go get a kitten. Like, let's go get a kitten. And then sometimes he's like, oh, hamsters are great. Like, I used to breed hamsters. I love hamsters. And then he's like, there's a, like at the LA SPCA or whatever, like, what is it, like the LA Pound or something, like they have a huge amount of hamsters that need homes and dogs that need homes, and he's like, let's get a hamster, let's get a dog, like all the time, let's go save a cat, like all that shit. And I'm like, all right, let's go, because you can't tell me that an animal needs something and have me think, oh well, I'm gonna sit here and wait it out. You know what I mean?
I know, but the problem with you and Shane, like, if I gave Shane the slightest go ahead on the puppy we have now, I was like, yeah, I'm okay with getting a puppy. And he's like, done. It's like too late. It's already here, you know? And I feel like you're the same way, because you were at the vet yesterday and you're sending me pictures of dogs that you want to get, of cats you want to get. And prior to us getting the dog, we know somebody that their cat had just had kittens.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, we want to meet them because prior to the puppy, we were like, we do want to get Cheeto a friend, because Cheeto needs an ally in the house. It's him against all the dogs, and he needs a friend. When my sister's cat comes over, he's never been happier. And so we were meeting with the cats, and they came over. They were so precious.
We had a meeting with the cats.
We did.
And when you say cats, you mean kittens. They're tiny kittens. How many were there?
There were 3.
You had a meeting with kittens. That's
and
the funniest,
she said,
cutest thing.
one's already like, somebody's already dibsed one. And we were like, okay. And what's interesting is the one that was dibsed didn't put on a show whatsoever.
They knew.
Stayed in the little crate.
They were like, I'm too good for this shit. I have a home.
I have a home. Fuck off. And the other 2 came out, and we had been wanting to name our new kitten Gucci.
Yeah.
And so Gucci came out. just ran to me, which like is a way to my heart. And then this orange one has like little white paws like Cheeto, and Shane was like, Boots, because Boots ran to him. So now we want Gucci and Boots as well. But I'm like, we've got to stop hoarding animals. We've got to stop taking on more than we can. I mean, not.
I like to have. For me, my limit kind of is. But you know what? That's a lie. I'd have 3 dogs again in a heartbeat. Like I would. I would murder a stranger walking down the street with a dog and take it if I had to. And it feels like I have to. And that's not like a threat. Like, don't call the police or anything. But it's like, it's not like I'm not.
Well, that's the thing is you probably haven't seen my vlog yet, but the reason we got the golden retriever is because we were driving and there was like a golden retriever.
You
in the
almost
middle of the
murdered
street.
someone for their golden retriever.
And I just kept saying, oh, it wouldn't be the worst thing if we couldn't find its home. And I was like contemplating how I could get the golden retriever.
It wouldn't be the worst thing if we found its home, set it on fire with its owner inside it. That's me rescuing a dog.
Anyways, I think we've spent 16 minutes on dogs, so we need to move on.
I could do a whole fucking episode. I love them. They're so funny.
And you just don't care if they're pooping and shitting all over your house.
No.
See,
I don't give a fuck.
I like to be strict up front. I mean, I
just can't control it. He's a Frenchie. He's dumb as rocks. But the funny thing is he like really, really watches TV. Like Bubs doesn't give a shit about TV. Bubs never watches TV. He's like, whatever, I'm going to lick my own dick until it gets hard. And then like Jelly was really into comedies. Like Jelly would watch Friends all day. That's why she was so funny. But the baby just sits there and he loves everything. Like the baby loves true crime. And I was rewatching. So I just got the color back on a short that I made 2 years ago, but can finally afford to do things on. And I'm watching it back and it's a scary short. So there's like intense music and like weird monster sounds. And the puppy's like, like so engaged with it that I'm like, should I test everything on this motherfucker? Like, is this the test audience I've always needed? Like for sound design, at least alone. He's like trying to get in my hands to see it on my phone closer. He's like, what? I love him.
Mine's a tablet baby as well. Like, could not.
Now I'm judging.
If I'm vlogging with when I was vlogging with her, every time she sees herself, she goes up and licks it. When she runs into a mirror, she's never loved something more. She's a little narcissist. Yeah. And she does watch TV as well. Like she engages when something happens on the TV. She's like, yeah. And it's interesting. I don't know. Were our puppies did we not have the TVs on when we had ours? I mean,
I'm trying. I didn't have Bubs as a puppy, so I don't know what his deal is.
Right. Okay, moving on. Sorry. And I cut you off, but whatever.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't have anything else to say.
Okay, delusions of Lizze. Let's talk about what's been going on with you.
Are they delusions?
You've been walking through the world thinking everything is in your favor.
Is that so wrong? I would honestly like. Is that so wrong? Doesn't it seem like a nicer way to exist? Like the world's not against me, but everything is happening. You know what I mean?
Give an example or 5. Whoa.
5.
I have puppy brain.
One of them is like, I'm pretty sure JoJo and I are friends.
This is crazy.
Like, I really feel like JoJo and I are going to work together.
Your unhealthy obsession with JoJo Siwa is starting to concern me.
It's the way that you say unhealthy in a judgmental way.
I know it's unhealthy.
For me. How do you know? Are you a doctor?
Okay, a week ago, she texted me saying like JoJo and her girlfriend broke up. I didn't reply because it's like, what does that information do for me? Cut to a week later, she says the same text. JoJo and her girlfriend broke up. And I said, Lizzie, you sent me this a week ago and I didn't reply to it. So what's changed? And she goes, last week it wasn't confirmed. And I said, well, you texted me as though it was confirmed.
It's still not confirmed. It's just implied. Which is unfortunate. I'd love to know what's going wrong there. You know what?
Whoa.
It's not my place and I know nothing because I know neither woman.
Except
but I think
for
it's
the
Kylie's
20
fault.
hours you spend going.
I think everyone like loves Kylie in public because she's like
JoJo
a golden
could shit
retriever.
on your face and you could say more.
It probably tastes like straight up sugar. But honestly, I'm gonna say some nasty shit right now. I am not Team Kylie anymore. I think Kylie is playing with JoJo's heartstrings, and I think JoJo's too much of a powerhouse to be tied down right now.
So you used to ship the two, and now you're anti-Kylie.
I think Kylie
Are they old enough for us to be talking about in this
they're
sort of
legal.
way? Okay. All right.
You should see what they're posting on Instagram, like kissing and stuff.
So then they're not broken up.
No, but this was pre-breakup. This was post first breakup, pre second breakup.
Wild what couples do on the internet, right?
Crazy. Joe won't even let me put him in my vlogs.
And I mean, that I wish he would, because
he's so funny.
He's funny, and it's fun to add another element. And inside of your vlogs, James, I love when James appears.
Oh, James acted like he has bodily autonomy last night, and it was fucking insane.
What do you mean?
I was editing before I left or went to bed or whatever. And in the vlog, James taste tests everything for me. And so he said at the end of it, he's like, it's an 8.5 right now, but like, we'll see what the score is later, because I feel like this soup only gets better with time. So I was sitting there editing, and I turned my camera on him, and I was like, okay, is the soup score exactly the same? And he goes, I know you're not fucking recording me right now while I'm laying here in my pajamas. And I was like, I know you don't think you have any rights to your body anymore. I'm a vlogger, James.
Except now you know how he feels, because you used
but
to
I
feel
don't
that
care
way.
anymore.
I know. See, once you have your own vlog,
because
like
now I'm a monster.
Everything for the vlog. My family are big fans of your vlogs. They're all watching them.
Oh, really?
Even Stacy last night was like, I'm loving Lizzie's vlogs.
I made Stacy's soup.
My mom talks about how much, Stacy, my sister-in-law, has a food blog. Oh, she changed it to garlic, lime, and salt. I was like,
garlic, salt, and lime.
Garlic, salt, and lime. It used to be Stacy Lives. So check it out. I'll leave a link in the description section below.
I just realized it doesn't matter. So boring. It's such a boring epiphany. This is where I'm at in life.
Okay, well, what else are you having delusions about?
Probably most things.
You were the one that pitched the segment.
No, I just was like, I was telling you, I think JoJo's probably going to work with me. I'm positive that I'm going to move my whole family to Colorado for the month of January to shoot our Christmas movie.
And so is there movement on that? Because I thought our Christmas movie was dead in the water, because
our Christmas movie became dead in the water because I was very sad and
understandably so.
Yeah, and I was just like, whatever. I was having a hard time processing. I was like, maybe I should write something that I like, that's like scary and horror and sad and dark. And then I was like, I can't do that. Excuse me, sorry, I'm chugging Diet Coke. I can't do that either. So then recently I started going on hikes with my other writer friend, Amy, who I know from UCLA, which I attended.
Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Is that the downtown, or is that in Westwood?
Westwood.
Okay. Whoa.
USC's downtown.
Okay.
Trash. I'm just kidding. They have beef. I don't care. Anyways, Amy and I are both writers. We wanted to do something that's like accountability. Like, we meet once a week and we go for a hike, and we're like, did you do the assignment? And if we didn't do the assignment, you go, you fucking loser. And then that's really it. That's the accountability. Yeah. But I decided we would work on the Christmas thing, because not only do I have the Christmas movie producer interested and on the line waiting, but I got notes from him on our pitch, and I had a new direction to pivot our story. And then Shane was like, why don't you guys make it about people who do a podcast? And I was like, oh, that's so smart. So like all these little pieces sort of creatively fell online. And I, rebroke the beat sheet, tweaked some things.
And I said, I'm not going to stop you from making me a star.
And also, I just think, how fun is January going to be?
And I've been watching recently, so I know I've been saying The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but like Denise Richards was on for a few seasons. She went off and did a Christmas movie, and I watched the trailer of it, and I thought, you know what? Our Christmas movie is going to be great. Like, I don't know the script. You're creatively in control of that.
I want to tell you about it at lunch today.
Why can't you tell them?
Because then why would they watch the movie?
For us to support.
I mean, the audience is probably the only reason why it would be like made.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. But it's called Canceled at Christmas.
Okay.
And it's about two co-hosts, Ryland and Lizze, who are codependently besties. That's basically it.
Fine. Okay. Well, do you want to get into what was happening? What's your beef with today?
Oh my God, the flight in?
Mm-hmm.
What's not my fucking beef with the flight in? I wish you had been with me. So it's like,
I don't.
Oh my God. No, but it's
airplanes.
like, it was one of those days where it's like, I need somebody that I can make eye contact with right now, because the audacity of humanity is beyond my fucking cognitive ability to grasp.
And?
Just on a weird note, nobody had any fucking clothes on at the airport today. Like every woman I saw had on such short shorts that I could see cheek and like tube tops with no bras. I'm sorry. It's not like I'm prudy. I'm a little prudy, but I'm not like, I don't give a fuck what you wear on the street.
Obviously you do.
No, I think it's disgusting to sit on an airplane or a bus or like BART or like public transit and have your skin touching. You know what I mean? Think about it. It's fucking gross. Also, planes are like cold and awkward. What are you doing in a fucking tube top that's fabric with your titties out?
And they're landing in Denver? Or
No,
these
were
are
just
going
all
everywhere?
people. Yeah, these were people going everywhere. This was just at the airport this morning. It's just like, don't you think that's weird?
I mean, to each their own.
Wouldn't you be fucking uncomfortable pulling up your little fabric-y?
I mean, me, yes. But that's also why I take disinfectant wipes, because I don't want to sit on a seat from somebody that's been there previously with their ass cheeks squiggling and wiggling.
Ugh.
You know? Gives you the ick.
It gives me the
You
ick.
should have made a TikTok.
Fuck, I should have. But I don't like filming people without consent.
Well, yeah.
But I got the ick from like everybody at the Burbank airport this morning. So if you saw me there, guaranteed I was disgusted by you. I'm sorry. But then
everyone's wearing a mask and panties. What's a mask?
That's what I mean. It's like you're wearing a mask, but that's the only coverage you have. The rest of your outfit's just panties. Like, what the fuck are you? What is this?
People are wearing masks in LA?
At the airport, yeah, it's probably a good idea to wear a mask right now. Yeah, absolutely. But then the other thing,
I just don't know the state of the world, you know?
Yeah, now we're all worried about monkeypox.
And so what's going on with that? I saw
it's big. It's a big deal. It's
when I clicked on the article, it was like it's mainly spreading in gay men who are having sex often promiscuously. So I'm like, is this a disease?
No,
to, like,
I mean, I don't
make people hate gay people.
I don't think so.
It's just the angle of the article that I read took.
Right. I mean, I don't see the correlation between monkeypox and gays.
Well, they're saying that it's more heavily amongst
transmitted
people that are having gay sex.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm probably spreading false news. This is like a COVID thing where it's like I'm spreading misinformation.
Well, like, from what I've garnered from my TikTok research,
oh god,
what I learned on TikTok about monkeypox is it's like pimples and fevers, and you can get it from touching the sores. All I know is it's a fucking massive bummer.
And so it's not a cold. It's more of like...
No, it's a cold and it's boils.
And is it permanent or does it go away?
Dude, I don't know.
Somebody enlighten us.
Help us, please, Podiums.
You know what I was thinking?
Did we just get canceled?
Well, no.
Did we just get canceled at Christmas?
We don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. This is not facts.
I'm sorry. We're dumb. I probably have monkeypox.
Okay, now that is like teetering the line of... Whatever.
Are you going to shame me for being a victim of monkeypox?
No, but I was going to say what scared me also about the leprotosis thing, that like your animals drinking other animals' urine. They said it can spread to humans. Yeah. And it causes failure of organs.
I'm such a broken person that I'm like, bring it on.
She doesn't want her dogs to get it.
I couldn't stand if my dogs were
But what would your dogs do without you? Wow.
Wow, I shudder to think. I won't leave you boys. Now I'm crying. Why would you do that? Okay, do you know how hard it is for me to just stay not crying and then for you to say something like that? Now I'm crying.
I think you need to... Have you been going to a therapist?
No.
Is that too blunt of me to say?
No, but I do... I was having a funny conversation with my girlfriends on text today because I cried on the airplane the whole way here.
I know this is what, but this is like every day you say that, and I'm starting to think like maybe my friend's like not like I know that you're not okay, but you'll be okay. But are you okay?
I think that there for me, I think that there is room for both, for a lot of things to be going on.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And like, yes, I am sad, but it's like I can't change that, you know. So I'm still living my life. I'm still enjoying things. I'm getting up and doing things. I'm being soft with myself and allowing myself to feel like I can't think of a solution for the pain. I think I can channel the pain probably and, you know, exist with it, you know, but there's no Advil I can take for my emotional agony. And that's
I think a lot of people would probably self-medicate to help a little, and you don't.
No, so I just cry in public. But I was texting my girlfriends and they were like, Liz, you live in LA. Guaranteed there's a fucking French bulldog grieving group you can join and they have meetings every hour on the hour. And I was like, honestly, probably do. They probably do. Because my friend Cynthia was like, you should go to a grieving group. And I was like, do you think they'd be offended when they found out it was about my dog? Which I don't even like saying, because I feel like that's demeaning to Jelly, because she was more than that, because she was both my mother and my daughter and my boss and my coworker and the funniest girl and the most
so sweet.
Like, honestly, so cute.
Well, this is gonna roll you out. It just did. Sorry. Today's podcast is supported by Liquid IV. The hot summer months are here, and we need to be proactive about keeping our bodies fueled and hydrated. A lot of us stay on top of working out, eating right, and staying hydrated should be no different. Being hydrated can make us feel healthier in our everyday lives, and one stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. Plus, Liquid IV products taste great with 10 refreshing flavors like Concord Grape, Lemon Lime, Pina Colada, and Tropical Punch, which sound perfect for summer. I personally like to pop a Liquid IV in my water right after I wake up so I can stay hydrated for what the day has in store for me. Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. It's made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. What makes it so effective is its cellular transport technology, which is designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into the bloodstream. So get better hydration today and grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code SIP at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code SIP at liquidiv.com. All right, 1 take 2.
I can never help but to double clap.
What a traumatic break that we just had.
My goodness. I would like to formally and publicly apologize for the first time in my life.
I'm just trying to make sure we're both in focus. So the issue, well, I'll let you go on with your apology first.
Well, I would like to apologize that God gifted me with some long limber toes. I got up to go potty and my toes wrapped around this cord, that cord, and the tripod and ripped everything, including your soda and the motherboard, down onto the ground. Camera down, SIM card out,
and of course it's on a day when Chris isn't
Mike's
here
over.
Because I already had a breakdown trying to set this all up, because I don't like how the camera it's such a long boring story. I'm using a different camera.
He has a panic attack every time we set up, and today he was like, well, what do you think? And it's like, I think you need to just go through it.
And she's sitting here scrolling on TikTok. I'm like, could you help a little? And she's like, I don't think that helps you.
I don't think I can. I think the most helpful I can be is out of the way and not tearing the entire set down when I get up to go pee-pee. But you know, shit do be happening.
Yeah, and Chris is in Germany, which is why he's not upon us, but hopefully
upon us. Let's pick a different here with us.
Was it wrong?
He's like not on us. Like there's already internet speculation that Chris is fucking everybody in your family.
But what does upon? Okay, what's the definition of upon?
Like on, like something like the dawn was upon us. Like it's on.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Chris is on us.
Yeah, normally he is on us. He tells me I have beautiful blue eyes.
I like that you're not going to give up on this one. Don't back down from it.
Well, sometimes I just want to know why you have to correct.
Because you're fucking wrong.
So somebody just can't be wrong around you?
No, and I like being corrected when I'm wrong, because I'd rather not look like a dumb bitch out in these streets saying something wrong.
Does Joe correct you?
Yeah.
What's the last time he corrected you?
He's never right, so... No, he corrected me on something about our cutting board, and I had to go on my vlog and block everything about a cutting board because they're like, your husband's right.
Oh, that you were using it upside down.
Restricted comments are now a thing.
I agree with him on that one. No, I'm just kidding. They're not.
No, he's right. He's right. He's right.
He's right.
And I'm comfortable and fine admitting that. But as soon as this podcast's off, I'm going to call him and verbally abuse him for being right.
Okay. Have you been following through on yoga? Because last time Lizzie was here, it was after we had recorded podcasts. So I had taken you to my workout class of choice because you had gotten me onto Orange Theory. I thought you should dabble into yoga.
I am all about the hot yoga. I do think that's why I have a huge pimple on my face, though.
It does bring everything out. I've learned that if I don't shower right after and cleanse my face well, it will bring the dirt to the surface and cause a breakout.
And I've never quite sweated like this. So I think that I'm like breaking out with 32 years of rubbish lodged in these pores.
But isn't it like nothing else?
I really like it. I feel better after I do it mentally and physically. Unless like the other day I was like, wow, I wonder if I like ate poison last night because I was sweating and so weak in the class that I like couldn't do every pose. And it's like, even in sculpt yoga, I tried every pose. And I was like, oh, I cannot do all of these. I am too faint. But I also think I'm dehydrated because I'm not used to having to drink extra water because I'm losing all my water.
And that is like, it's hard to keep up with the amount. I'll get headaches sometimes because I can't replenish the water that has left my body. But it does just rejuvenate my soul even more than I would say the benefits to my body. It just makes me feel renewed, which is probably a reason I need it right now. You know, with all this puppy energy.
You do need a chill pill. There might be a pill for you.
You think so?
Yeah, it's called a chill pill, bro.
Like an anxiety. Well, but it's not anxiety. So would it be like, was Lexapro? But I don't think
I think it might just be a deep breath and a gratitude practice.
You know, the puppy has taken away my morning meditation because normally I'm used to going straight out to my patio. I make my cup of coffee. I have my 12-minute meditation. But with the puppy, the mornings are so chaotic. I don't have that space anymore. And
not to do like another 16 minutes on puppies, but in regards to all things life, I'm stressed out that there's an SD card there. Should it be in something?
No, this is the case for when I put it in the computer.
Okay. So in regards to all things life, I think it is really easy to become anxious and stressed out about things. And specifically people like you and I who are like, we have so much to do. Like, and it, you know, like,
and newsflash to me, everyone has so much to do.
It doesn't matter that everybody is stressed out. Like, just because everybody is stressed out doesn't mean you shouldn't be stressed out. The point being is acceptance of the fact that you must face what is in your path regardless. And I find when I accept what's in my path, no matter what, and as it is what it is to be, and no matter what, all I can do is manage it and then manage it.
Yeah.
I lose so much more of the stress. Like the amount of times I hear Joe scream, "Oh God damn it! Oh my God!" Like the other day I was like trying to poop, which I've been struggling to do lately, and he's screaming bloody murder in the kitchen. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll get back up even though I was so close and run out there because it sounds like he's dying.
What a good wife.
He just spilled a smoothie.
That is
just clean the smoothie. And it's actually an old saying. It's there's no use crying over spilled milk.
Well, even
he also had his pants around his ankles. He's like, it's all over my underwear. I was like, oh my God, Icky's
if you're ever gonna vlog him, that was the time. I know, like, so invasive, but like, what a great moment.
And Icky was covered in green spinach smoothie, and I was like, well, I'll get the puppy and I'll wash him off. And it's like, what else are we going to do right now, Joe?
Nothing.
Are we gonna stop the world? No, the world's still gonna spin, and the dog's still gonna be covered in spinach. It's like he's the same way with like the piddle pads and like the trash. Like he will fill the trash up so that there's like this much space in it. And then I will come in and just put the rest of, I'll just fill the rest of that space. But no matter what, it's like, I could take it out or he could have taken it out. But no matter what, he's always livid that I'm not the one that took it out. It's like, then you can take it out. He doesn't watch the show. This is such a waste. Because I'll never say it to his face. He scares the shit out of me.
Oh my gosh. I'll send him a clip. I'll clip this.
Don't. I love you, baby. I do. I love him. He's my dream.
No, we're fine. We just had, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I do think you guys need to get new floors, though. That's fucking psychotic that you can't get dampness on it in a place that has tornadoes at a fucking lake house in the front. Like, what kind of weird choice was it for them to, like, make floors you can't drool on?
No, I used to have the dog's water bowl on these wood floors.
Yeah.
Like, it had a placemat under it. But if you know how dogs walk away from water bowls and they drip more,
this is absurd.
There's big water stains from the drips from their mouth of the water bowl. So now the water bowl has to be on the tile in the kitchen because our wood floors are so sensitive. And I was like, I don't know. It's a family home.
Yeah.
They're
I'll never
beautiful.
understand that. It's like having a white couch and a toddler. It's like, what kind of games are we playing? What kind of sick fuck shit is this? Yeah, whatever.
I've made that mistake in my bedroom with the dogs.
Oh, everything's white?
Yeah, like...
And edible?
No, in the house in California. Like, and the dogs, just like the dirt from the day, you know, if I don't like... Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Gotta let it go. My rug's disgusting.
Get into some iced tea.
Ooh.
These are all from Elizabeth Gordon.
Uh-oh.
What?
I just can't remember any of them. Oh, Nick Jonas and Priyanka have shared the first photo of their baby, but they covered her face as they celebrate her 6 months of life.
And when you brought this up to me, you said that they had a 6-month celebration. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you meant it had lasted for 6 months, their celebration.
Oh, no. The baby is 6 months old and they're celebrating. They threw a celebration.
And this is the story?
Well, I was judging it. To be completely honest, I was like, that's fucking crazy. And then I remembered like, oh, people celebrate every baby's first month of whatever.
Oh, it's like 1 month, 2 month update, 3 month, 4.
And a 6 month celebration.
I guess I haven't had a kid yet, so I don't know what it's like.
I'm sure it'll be like that.
Yeah, will probably be worse.
This is the baby's 12th hour.
And what did they do for the birthday celebration?
Oh, I don't know. I just jumped straight to judgmental. And then I was like, look at yourself in the mirror, bitch, and act like you don't do that shit with your dogs. Like, name one person who's not more absurd about something. And it's like, oh, it's probably you. Anyways, in other news, Lady Gaga's dog walker attacker. There's got to be a cleaner way for me to say that. The guy who shot Lady Gaga's dog walker.
Wait, he was shot?
Where the fuck have you been? Lady
thought
Gaga's
somebody's-
dog walker was shot 4 times in the chest.
And then stole the dog.
Yeah, to steal the
Yes.
dogs.
Okay. Seems like he could have done it without shooting, but okay.
He didn't need to do it 4 times.
He didn't need to steal the dog.
This is a common thing, though. Like people with French bulldogs, because you can sell them for so much money. Her dogs are French bulldogs. There's like articles all online of people stealing French bulldogs. The other day, Joe left me alone on Ventura Boulevard and I was holding Icky and I was like, this is it. This is how I die. Anyways, he was accidentally released from jail and he is now out in the world.
How?
LA's a fucked up place right now, dude. Law and order wise, if you got some crimes to commit, LA's the place to do it, baby. You can do the crime and pay no time.
Well, yeah, I guess they like, even, I guess, well, it might be old news, but people were just stealing from grocery stores and they're allowed to.
Yeah.
If it's under $1,000,
Yeah.
the police aren't going to come.
Well, that's why the Grove was getting, hit up all the time because why wouldn't you? They're just going in broad daylight too, like barely a face covering in sight. And it's like Sephora's are getting looted. Bloomingdale's are getting looted. Like everything's getting looted. People are being followed home and robbed. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, Ben Affleck and Jennifer
Oh my gosh.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are married.
And wow.
Yeah, that happened fast.
We're like so enthusiastic about our topics of choice today.
You put me on.
You know what?
You put me on this mic.
I did.
You gave me this platform.
You flew out here.
Because Sip Daddy over here said, Lizzie, the world wants to hear your voice.
No, I did. I haven't even seen her dress or anything yet. I have pictures.
It was
been
low
posted.
key. It was low key. They got married in
Really?
Vegas. They eloped. Yeah, everything's posted.
Wow.
Yeah, they did the damn thing. And
Good
now
for
they're in
them.
Paris honeymooning with their kids.
When I swiped to the left on my iPhone and saw like the photo accompanying the headline, I just saw a picture of Ben Affleck looking disheveled, and I was like, they can't do that.
They got to give him a break.
They got to give that man a break.
He is going like he is tired.
When is enough? Like, I'm tired for the paparazzi for Ben. It's just like, let the man live.
I wonder if it's the paparazzi or if it's like a new version of resting bitch face, but it's resting Ben face, where it's just like, I have resting Ben face. Like all the time, I'm like, damn. I'll be like sitting at my computer writing, and I'm like, why are your lips turned down?
What?
Yeah, I straight up look at my computer like this all day. What is that? I feel it too in my muscles. I'm like, huh.
Yeah, apparently it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. So I don't know what you're out here doing.
What is that? Ben, there's a support group for girls like us. Let's talk about it. I'm even doing it right now. Like this is how I feel the muscles activating. And I've even gone so far as to get Botox in my chin to try and knock this shit off. But I'm so strong that I can beat the paralytic, whatever.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Wow.
Is that it?
Are we going to have to cut everything?
No, why?
we're so low energy and so don't care about anything we're talking about.
I care. I was relating to Ben Affleck's grumpy face. And Florence Pugh and Harry Styles star in. So the Don't Worry Darling trailer dropped.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
That's the movie where.
What's wrong? Okay.
So Florence, I'm gonna call her by the right name because I actually read a comment that we lost somebody because of how disrespectful I was to Florence Pugh.
Hey, well, why can't they hate you and still listen?
Well, the crazy thing was they were mad because you didn't even know who she was.
Oh, please.
He doesn't know who anybody is.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure he knows who the sitting president is. So chill your bill on that shit. That was wild.
Wait,
that
what?
comment. You guys don't even know who Florence Pugh is. I'm leaving.
See you later. Honestly,
get gone. We don't need it. We could sit comfortably with no audience talking to a void.
We do that no matter what.
We do that.
But and who is she again? I know she showed her nipples for like Dior or something.
She's an actress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Just because that doesn't...
You literally don't know who anybody is.
But it doesn't degrade her talent.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Ryland, she doesn't know who Ryland is.
Yeah. And I don't expect her to. Why would she?
Why would she?
Why would she?
Why
I bet
would
she's
she?
fantastic. But honestly, I like listening to podcasts where I disagree with one of the hosts on one of their opinions, because if we don't disagree, if we agreed on everything, how boring.
It'd be weird.
So
it'd be weird.
You're welcome for like the
You're
drama.
welcome. I used to go on Tinder just to fight with strangers. And we come here every
toxic.
week to fight with you. Is it toxic?
And if you have a bone to pick with us,
get on Tinder.
No.
And talk to a fucking stranger about it in a heated way.
That surprise FaceTime call was a real hit last week.
That was fun as fuck.
So maybe we should start FaceTiming people. Surprise guests.
How do you surprise a person with after next week, come back.
Oh my God.
Here's a cliffhanger for next week for a thing that I've pitched Ryland that I'm not sure we're going to get follow through on, but we might.
Okay.
I got to check in with these people. We'll talk. Anyways, the premiere of the trailer for Don't Worry Darling, Olivia Wilde's next cinematic feature.
Where her and Harry fell in love.
Unconfirmed, confirmed, unconfirmed.
We don't know if they're together or not anymore.
I don't think they've ever confirmed it, but she's always at his shows dancing and they're fucking around.
They're definitely having sex.
I mean, who's not having sex with Harry Styles?
I mean, a lot of people.
I feel like I'm having sex with Harry Styles.
You
That's
also
one of the
feel
delusions.
like you're cooking with JoJo.
Honestly, I do remember all the other ones. It's like they're just like super embarrassing. Like I don't really want to say them on air. So
wait, no, come on, give it to me. We need something. I need something to lighten up the mood here.
I've been so mad if Joe talked like this in public.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna say it, but I feel bad saying it.
Well, now I have to know. If it's that awful, we'll cut it in post.
Okay.
The confidence.
Okay. No, because I would honestly, my heart would break if I heard Joe talking like this.
Okay, well then maybe you shouldn't.
Well, that's my delusion of grandeur. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy bitch. It's crazy bitch.
Oh,
fantasies.
because you think Harry Styles wants to sleep with you.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
and it's not just him. Harry Styles is like whatever. I do know that I would be weird if I was in a room with him in a way that I would be so hurt if Joe was around another woman.
Okay.
But in my mind, I'm in the same class as HarryStyles. And that's the sick part. That hurt my feelings.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
Well, I just don't think anyone's on Harry's level. Like
I might be. That's what's crazy. In my mind, I'm on such a level that Harry Styles is literally compromising the integrity of my marriage.
This will not be cut out.
These are the delusions I have. And then the other one is sometimes I'm like, fuck. Should I even be married? Because a guy like Joe Carey in Stranger Things, Steve from Stranger Things exists. I think about Steve from Stranger Things and I'm like, I made a mistake.
Honestly, I think you should get a divorce now after saying that publicly.
Really? Because it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But Joe's literally my dream.
I know.
I would kill for him. I would lie to the police and take the fall for something I did not do to keep him out of jail. I would go on the run, burn my fingertips, and rip out my fucking teeth so there's no dental record for that man. I don't know why I would ever need to do that. But I would. I love him very much. And I think Harry Styles existing is a threat to my marriage.
Okay, so what's going on with the actual headline?
There's some weird beef going on.
Between?
So it's speculated that there's beef between Olivia Wilde and Florence Pugh.
In what regard? Is she in the movie as well?
Florence?
Yeah, I don't.
Yes, Florence is the movie. Florence is the lead. Harry's plays her husband in it. And honestly, the movie looks pretty sick. Like, I'm actually really excited to see the movie.
So Olivia's directing her alleged boyfriend with a different woman.
Yes.
And I know you have a hard time fathoming, like in our Christmas movie, you were like, I don't even want kissing between us because like we're married.
Now in the first 10 minutes, there's a whole kissing montage where you and I are literally kissing everything we can.
I mean, fine. Shane's going to have to deal with it.
It's funny though. It's funny.
He's fine. Shane knows I'm an actor.
I can't wait to tell you about the scene at lunch.
Okay.
He knows I'm an actor. That's toxic fantasy. You want to talk about delusions of grandeur? That's your delusion of grandeur. We're going to be so bad in this movie that we have to just pray that there's like at least
I've
30
seen Christmas movies. Everyone's bad in them. Like
in my mind, this is another delusion of grandeur. We're making a blockbuster that'll be in theaters.
You know, if some people that I don't know. Yes, my delusion is that like I know I can't act, but I'm like somebody's gonna write me, so then it's fine.
I'm writing you.
Perfect. See, I'm manifesting this into my life.
So, see, am I manifesting Harry Styles ruining my relationship?
And so now that Florence is tits out somewhere, what?
What if the plot twist of the century is JoJo Siwa breaks up my marriage and I am gay?
The amount that you tease you being gay.
Well, it's just because it feels like there are some gay synchronicities about me.
What's the last
if
gay
I'm
thing
talking
you did?
about
Do you watch gay porn?
Not lesbian. Oh no, I do watch lesbian porn exclusively. I only watch lesbian porn, but I think that's a straight girl thing. Mm-hmm. And other things I tell myself to be heterosexual at night.
As long as you still get hard for Joe.
I only get hard for Joe.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem like that in the last 10 minutes of this show.
I know.
But sex is fine?
Yeah. Experts would say sex was more than fine. It was just the way you said fine that made me like.
Well, I was just making sure.
Sex with Joe is great.
This is like a very
It's because
weird
I know
episode.
his mom's watching, even though I've told her not to.
Shut up, Marge.
Get out of here, Mog. I've told you to mind your own business. Go back to the vlog. Keep it streaming.
Like, I feel like this is such a niche podcast. It's like
It's
us
my
doing
mom.
nothing. It's us
My mom's.
doing nothing. Okay, let's get into
Advice, though.
All right, hit up that sheet. Okay, no. I gotta feed this woman.
Yeah, I'm struggling. This is what happens. I also had this weird thought in my head. I was like, oh, before I get on the plane, I'm going to cut up a bunch of apples and bring some cheese slices. And I'll also make some hard-boiled eggs so I'll be like protein and nourished. And I never do it.
I made
had
you
a chocolate
oatmeal,
muffin.
and you sat there like...
It was like cement in my mouth. And I ate what I could.
She literally took 2 bites and left it on the dining table.
And it's probably rock hard. And honestly, I was waiting for you to go to sleep so I could just throw the fucking bowl away in your neighbor's trash can.
I just don't like it's just food.
No one should
I
have
don't
to
think
wash
oatmeal
that.
tastes great, but it's just something I force down my body for
I
breakfast.
think you could have a lot more joy in this life. Anyways, that's for a different person. You write into the sip and I'll advise you
The
there.
second half of this episode's weird because our break was weird, and then we had like the puppy running around, and I was like trying to work. It's hard being a working mom.
It's hard being a working mom.
And I'm not comparing it to being a real mom. I know this episode is going to hit me hard with criticism that I'm not ready to be a parent because I'm being dramatic about my puppy. And it's like I'm being dramatic about the puppy because it's just...
Well, here's the deal. Let's normalize being honest about our fucking overwhelm. That's something that everybody can relate to. All y'all motherfuckers are overwhelmed. Stop acting like you're fucking not. That's a weird waste of energy. So when you're
about to comment something about me and my life, think
Why
about
don't you just cry instead? Why don't you just take a deep breath and be like, I'm fucking overwhelmed?
And see, I won't get into this. Why don't you start with some advice? Come here, my baby Uno. Come lay down.
God help this poor woman. Single girls around her man. Oh, this is on theme. As in, Harry being around me and JoJo being around me. Okay. So long story short, I'm 21 and married. It's been hard since we're both so young and being in a big commitment at the same time trying to live a normal life. My husband has been out with the boys a lot lately, which is okay. I don't mind. Where I get a little uncomfortable is when his boys bring a bunch of single women and my husband doesn't tell me. So now he's acting different when I try to mention how I feel. He tries to justify his boys' actions and dismiss the fact that he's not making me feel secure. Send help. Wow, girl.
So she's 21 in a long-term committed relationship.
Married.
They're trying to live life as 21-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're married?
Yeah.
Okay. But his friends are all living the single life and bringing a bunch of single girls around while they're all hanging out, and that makes her feel some type of way.
I super relate to this because all of Joe's friends are basically single. So sometimes he'll be like, I want to go out with the boys. And it's like, yeah, go out with the boys. But there is like this thing where you're married and it's like the assumption is I'm coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's very hard, but we're in a different dynamic. Like that's abnormal for our age group. But for 21-year-olds, the norm is
the boys go out.
Yeah.
The girls go out.
Yeah. And there are girls around. And I think that, I'm never insecure that Joe's, with JoJo Siwa or Harry Styles cheating on me.
But
because they're throwing themselves at him.
There are girls that are ready to have fun around.
What I don't like is the disrespect to my title as the wife. Because if the wife's not included, but there's some frivolous friends.
If the wife isn't invited, but all the single women are invited, that is fucked up.
That upsets me greatly.
So if you ever call and you can hear other girls, but you're like, but you didn't invite me to this event.
Yeah.
It is. So then what do you do? Because this is it's a similar predicament.
Yeah. So I take a deep breath and realize that I also spend a lot of time around men.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of guy friends.
And I
have a lot of girlfriends too. It's balance. Well. Yeah.
But I think the hard part, and this is me projecting, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like when you go out, it's like me and you are going for a hike and getting lunch, which is like so...
See, and
it's like we're doing nothing.
Right.
Like it couldn't be more like...
But I'm also about to go to Vegas on a bachelorette party and go to a strip club.
Okay.
And he's cool with it.
So what's your advice?
I think the advice is if you have legitimate trust issues, that's different. If you have an annoyance and a pit in your stomach, it's like, because I'm annoyed. Is my annoyance because there's something scratching at the back of my head that says my husband's cheating on me? Or am I annoyed because it's annoying? Because it's annoying.
Yeah, especially if she's not invited.
Yeah.
And then there's other women around.
If you're concerned that your husband is cheating on you, that's a different conversation. And I think there's two levels of that. Are you concerned for legitimate reasons, or are you concerned because of an insecurity that you should work on internally? If your husband is shady and acting shady, slap that bitch in the face with a fucking raw fish.
And I think you'll be able to know the difference.
Yeah. Can
I see this paper? Because she had said, I try mentioning how I feel, and he tries to justify himself and dismiss the fact.
Is he trying to justify himself, or is he explaining the situation in a way that should quell your anxiety?
I do think in a relationship, it's important that you feel heard, even if the outcome isn't necessarily in your favor. Mm-hmm. So I do think that you need to get him to a place where it's like, if you're going to continue to do this, I want to know, I want X, X, and X out of it. Like, you're allowed to do this, but I want you to check in every few hours, or I want to be involved 1 out of every 4 times, or...
Yeah. And while I get that, I'm going to play devil's advocate only because I don't in my own relationship. And this is sort of like holding a mirror up to that. But I don't think it's right to treat your partner how you wouldn't want to be treated. And I don't know that like having a checklist of items is going to get rid of your insecurity if you don't work on your own insecurity. So it's like, for myself, I'm going to work through it right now. Mm-hmm. am not being disrespected by Joe's friends not being married. That actually has nothing to do with me. And now that I hear it out loud, I can't stop them from being single. Like, I can't change that. What I can change is making it an assault to my title and status with my husband, because that is an insecurity that is born of my own toxic thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Because my marriage is valid.
Yeah. And I agree with you. Yeah. Like, giving him a checklist is only going to make him resent you. Yeah. So I retract that. However, I do feel that you need to be heard.
Yes.
And I feel like he needs to understand where you're coming from. And so you guys need to meet in the middle somewhere.
And for your own mental comfort, do what I just did, which is really fucking awful to do. But like, play devil's advocate, put yourself in his position. Unless you think he's a cheating, lying piece of shit. If he's a cheating, lying piece of shit, beat him with a fucking fish. But if you think that for a second, this might just be something that's going on for you that's not founded in substantial evidence of him being a shitty person, give yourself the relief of, am I making this up because it feels like I should make it up because it's annoying? And it's okay for it to be annoying, but save yourself the emotional grief if there's nothing beyond it being annoying.
And good luck to you. It's hard to be 21, and I can't imagine being in a long-term serious relationship at 21.
Let alone married.
Because I didn't even know who I was then.
No.
So I pray that you guys can come to a solution and grow together and not apart.
Yeah.
I hope that helps, and let's get on to our next question.
Porn. I am 35 years old and have been with my husband for a total of 6 years. Ooh, subtle flex. I have had 3 boyfriends before my husband, and those relationships were extremely toxic and emotionally draining. I have never asked anything from any of my partners, but one thing: don't watch porn. I don't know why I'm so insecure, but it's constantly in the back of my mind. The idea of my partner looking at another woman, getting turned on by another woman, and watching another woman to pleasure himself really bothers me. It hurts because I believe they are better looking than I am, and they are what my partner wants. I'm attractive, healthy, and I like sex. I know this, but I do suffer from body dysmorphia, which might be part of the problem. I have caught my husband with porn in the past in his computer history twice. I didn't intentionally go snooping. He has certain programs on there that I use for work. The second was within the past year. He never apologized, but instead said something like, well, I'm sorry it bothers you. Never said he was sorry for hurting me, never tried to talk about it, and worst of all, never tried to give me reassurance. Am I wrong to not be okay with my partner watching porn? Lizzie has talked about it before, so I would like to understand how she is okay with it and how she can even watch it.
So there's a couple of things, and I think a theme in today is having good communication with your partner. I feel
and I think having a solid foundation within yourself.
Yes, because if it is hard to bring your baggage. It's impossible to not. But you have to become aware of what you're bringing to the table in terms of baggage.
I think she is, because she stated it pretty plainly. And the first thing I want to say is, honey, you don't deserve those nasty fucking thoughts. If you are telling yourself that you are not your husband's go-to fucking spank bank memory.
But I think that's hard to do when porn is categorized by fetishes. So it would be hard to, and I have a similar, like, I don't mind if Shane watches porn, but I'm not the kind of couple that, like, I want to watch porn while we're hooking up together.
Oh, I don't want to do that either.
And I think a lot of men do like to do that, but I do feel for her in the regard that people have a go-to when they go on a porn site. Like, you go and search.
And my husband's never going to be a lesbian with me. But my point being is that you deserve better than what your mind is telling you. You deserve better than what your body dysmorphia is telling you. And I hope to God that you can find within yourself the confidence to tell that monster to shut the fuck up before even dealing with the fact that pornography bothers you. That's a different thing to tackle. But you don't deserve the nasty shit your mind is telling you. Those are lies. Those are slanderous lies.
And I think something important in a long-term relationship is checking in with each other, because you can assume things can get routine, and then maybe you're not checking in. Maybe your partner has a fetish or something roommate, he likes that he's not vocalizing because you guys are in such a routine. So I think maybe like becoming each other's fantasies or playing into what each other likes or rechecking in and rediscovering each other sexually will also help you feel confident and less worried if he's looking elsewhere.
And that's not to say do something outside of your comfort zone, but I also think like the end of her thing is like how I'm okay with it and how I can even watch it. It's almost like I don't see it. It's not a threat to me because it's not a person in the room. And I don't know, like I have a lot of sex worker friends too, so it's kind of like normalized for me because I've, you know, in the past I've edited pornography and shot pornography, like not in like a grand way, but like if a girlfriend's like, hey, will you shoot this thing for me? I'm like, yeah, I'll shoot that thing for you because I'd rather do it than someone you don't know who's gonna steal your footage and sell it, because fuck that. But for me, it's more of like a stimulation tool than it is a threat to
the relationship,
my integrity and my husband's mind.
Yeah, and I personally view it as I don't think there's like a connection being had or a fantasy being had with this person. I think it's very transactional in the sense of like maybe we were both too busy or working a lot and exhausted and I went to bed early and he needed to get off, and it's like that doesn't necessarily bother me. No. I don't want to know about it necessarily, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me, and at the same time, like sometimes I'd rather jack off than have sex.
Have him jack off?
No, me.
Oh,
like
right.
Like, you know, there's differences. It's like sometimes I need to just manage this task really quick and then I'm going to go about my day. You know, like I used to have a joke in my stand-up that I spend a majority of my mental energy wondering whether or not I should masturbate or take a nap, and I just find myself sexually frustrated and exhausted because I've done nothing. But I also think like, you know, if he has that and he needs to go after it, he has that and he needs to go after it. I don't know. Honestly, I blacked out a little bit at the beginning of and forgot where I started.
Well, he also, I think giving somebody an ultimatum is like, you can't do this is also a tricky place to be for your partner.
Yeah.
I think if he's not rubbing it in your face, he's not telling you about it, and your sex life is still fulfilling and good. Yeah. I would look inward if you could and try to overcome those demons yourself, and maybe ask him to meet, like maybe you're not getting all the validation or fulfillment you need from him either. Maybe if you could be like, could you compliment me a little bit more? I know that's also, it seems like an impossible thing to do, but I feel like it's necessary, especially if you're saying you have body dysmorphia. I know it's like something like Shane, I need body validation. I don't really need body validation, but like coming into a relationship with Shane, he needed it more than I needed it. But it's something I had to learn, because if it's not something I require for myself, it's not something that I'm just like naturally giving out constantly. So when I know that it's something that my partner needs, it's something that I try to remember to go out of my way to do. And so maybe it's a conversation you guys can have in that regard as well.
Yeah, articulate your love language and also inquire about his.
Yeah.
Equal rights.
Yeah. Well, I hope that helped. I also don't love porn that much, but I won't say that I never look. So
I'm not I'm not like, oh, let's more porn. But I do think, and it's like, you know, I seek out something that's very specific because a lot of porn does skeeze me out. Like it gives me the ick and it makes me uncomfortable. That's why I don't like watching men in porn scenes, because more often than not, men in porn scenes are portrayed as something that makes me feel like not having sex because it's so aggressive and weird. And I'm a very tender person who my relationship means so much to me that it's part of the whole part of everything for me. Like Joe is everything for me, which is why I'm so mad at Harry Styles for threatening my relationship.
And I just feel
but no, Harry, I will not fuck you.
I feel sometimes as though I can feel the production, or I can feel the job.
It just doesn't feel real, like, and it's just creeps.
It's not mutual. Like, although it's like they're pretending they like it, I can feel that they don't, and it's can't wait to be out of this. And nothing gets me like softer, faster.
Yeah, and that's why I'm always like googling like tender lesbians loving each other nicely, softly lit. Like that's what I'm looking at.
Right. Well, I hope that helped, and I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're at The Sip Official. We're also on there personally. Lizze is vlogging every week. She uploads on Tuesday mornings, so something right before The Sip comes out on Wednesdays. And if you want to submit your own question for advice, contact thesip@gmail.com, or we also have a phone number where you can leave a voicemail. I'll leave it in the description section below. Try to keep them like concise and to the point so that we can play them. No, I'm saying because
so we can play them.
If it's a 2-minute long voicemail, sometimes they're like such good questions, but it's 2 minutes long and I can't, like, it's too much.
And try not to be like on an airplane tarmac where it's impossible for us to hear you because you're chasing a tornado. Like,
or if you can even email us your number and we'll call you. We can bring back the live callings. Maybe we'll well, people probably don't want advice through FaceTime.
I'm telling you, let's hang up on these people right now so I can talk to you about what I want to try next week.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. We love you for supporting. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
And that's the sip. Ah.